Hello everyone, my name is Rayyan Al Setiawan, and today I'll explain to you the content of the book Basic English Grammar by Betty Scramfeld. I hope that you will enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. As the introduction implied, today we will be discussing Chapter 1 through to Chapter 9. From Chapter 1, Using Be and Have, Chapter 2, Expressing Present Time, Chapter 3, Expressing Present Time Part 2, Chapter 4, Noun and Pronoun, Chapter 5, Expressing Past Time, Chapter 6, Expressing Future Time, Chapter 7, Expressing Ability, Chapter 8, Noun, Pronoun, and Adjective, Chapter 9, Making Comparison. Okay, so first of all, we have Chapter 1, Be and Have. So, for the sake of simplicity, what is be and have? And for that, I can say that be is used as main verb or auxiliary. It forms include is, are, was, were, and being. As a main verb, be show condition or state like she is happy or they are student. As an auxiliary verb, be forms the progressive tense like he is running or the passive tense like the book was written by her. There is also a form of be plus location, and it is to make a prepositional type phrase or just preposition. For example, preposition plus verb, Sebastian was at the party. And it is also important to know about negative with be, and it is to add not, which make a sentence negative. For example, Sebastians are not in the party. There is also asking yes and no question with be. Here is the structure. Be plus subject. For question example, is Sebastian here? And you can either answer yes he is or no he isn't. Subject plus be is for statement. Example is Sebastian is here. Alright, I guess that is for chapter 1. Let's move quickly to chapter 2. Chapter 2, Expressing Present Time. In this book, this chapter mainly explains the present time to express habits. And here are the structure. You can use always 100% for the stuff that you do every day. Usually 99% to 90% for the stuff that you do most of the time. Often 90% to 75% for the thing that you do a lot. Sometimes 75% to 25% for the things that you do some of the times. Seldom 25% to 10% for the things that you do infrequently. Rarely 10% to 1% for the thing that you hardly ever do. Never 0% for the things that you will never do or have ever done. To use them, you can use this structure: subject plus frequency adverb plus simple present time. You can also use be in this material. For example, subject plus be plus infrequent adverb. Subject plus be plus frequency adverb. Chapter 3, Part 2 of Expressing Present Time. In this chapter, it explains about present progressive tense. It is when you are saying something when the action is happening right in that very moment, and you are saying the sentence at the same time. For example, I am sitting on this chair right now. He is writing like he is running out of time right now. Cyril is drinking early grey tea in his garden right now. This chapter also explains see, look at, watch, hear, and listen to. Examples of these are: I see a German battleship right there. She is looking at the route for this ship. Bob is watching the radar to find enemy aircraft. I hear music from the other room. Vinny is listening to music on the other room right now. And in this chapter, it also explains about would like. Would like have the same meaning as want, but it is more polite to use them. Would like example are I would like some tea, please. Contradiction per word are I, yet, shit, hit, with, date. Also note that would like are different from like. Would like indicate that I want to do something now or in the future. Like indicates that I always, usually, or often enjoy something. Okay, now moving on to the next chapter 4, Noun and Pronoun. Noun. Noun is a word that names a person, place, things, or idea. There are few types of noun. Firstly, common nouns. Common nouns refer to general names for things, like book, city, or dog. Proper nouns are specific names of people, places, or things. For example, John, London, and Monday. Countable noun. It is a noun that can be counted, like apple, car, pencil, pens. Uncountable noun. Noun that cannot be counted individually. For example, like water, sand, the star. Concrete noun. It is a noun that refers to things that can be perceived by the sense. For example, a table, a phone, a laptop. Abstract noun. Noun that refer to ideas, qualities, or feelings, like freedom, happiness, sadness, depression. And now moving on to pronouns. A pronoun is a word that takes place of a noun in order to avoid repetition. There are three types of them. For example, personal pronouns. Pronouns that refer to specific people or things. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Possessive pronouns. Pronouns that show ownership or possession, like mine, yours, his, hers. Demonstrative pronouns. Pronouns that point to specific things like this, that, this, those. Reflective pronouns. Pronouns used when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same, like myself, yourself, herself, himself. Indefinite pronouns. Pronouns that refer to non-specific person or things, like someone, anyone, anything. And lastly, interrogative pronouns. Pronouns that are used to ask questions like who, what, which, why, when, and how. Okay, moving on. Chapter 5. Simple past tense. In this chapter, we mainly talk about adding ed to verbs. For example, regular verb adding ed to the base verb are walk to walk. Irregular verb. This verb have a unique past form that don't need to follow the ed rule. For example, from go to went. And the sentence structure are for affirmative, subject plus past form of verb plus object. Example, she visited the museum. Negative, subject plus did not plus base verb. For example, he did not eat breakfast. Question, did plus subject plus base verb. Example, did you call him? Time expression. Commonly used time expression include yesterday, last night, 2 days ago. Example, they played soccer yesterday. I saw a movie last weekend. We did not finish last week's project on time. Chapter 6. Expressing future time. It is used to describe action or event that will happen in the future. It is commonly used to express prediction, plans, promises, and decisions made at the moment of speaking. For the form, the structure includes subject plus will plus base verb. For example, I will travel to Birmingham next year. In informal context, will can be contracted to ill. For example, she'll help you with your taxes. Sentences structure. For affirmative, it will use subject plus will plus base verb. For example, they will go to the concert tomorrow. Negative. It is using subject plus will not or won't plus base verb. Example, I won't be able to attend to school tomorrow. For question, it will use will plus subject plus base verb. Example, will you join us for the evening soiree? Chapter 7. Expressing ability. Expressing ability is using can. Can expresses ability or possibility. Example of them are, I can cook dinner tonight. Mauritius can go back to his homeland. Can also have a negative version, and that is cannot. For example, they cannot pass through the defenses. Sorry, but I cannot attend the party. Cannot also have a contraction, and it is can. For example, I can't drive to the school today, my car broke down. And this chapter also tells us to answer yes or no question with can. For example, can you shoot a gun? Yes, I can. I'm quite good at it. No, I can't. I'm terrible at it. Chapter 8. Nouns, Pronouns, and Adjective. In this chapter, we were taught how to modify the meaning of a noun with adjective. For example, a gorgeous, large German battleship. And to do it, we have to consider the order of words being used with. In being the first in the sentence, followed by size, age, color, nationality, and material. Of course, it is all optional, according to the text that you are writing or saying. Moving on to expressing quantity. There is all of, most of, half of, almost half of, a lot of, some of. Example of this is, most of the students attend their classes today. Also, there is one of and none of. One of is followed by a specific plural pronoun, and it is incorrect to use it with singular noun. Example, one of our coworkers quit yesterday. As for none of, it can use both singular and plural noun. Example, none of the soldiers want to eat that food. And lastly, the last chapter of this video, chapter 9, making comparison. Making comparison in English allows us to express the similarities or differences between two or more items. These comparisons are formed with the same, followed by as, saying that the things are the same, similar, followed by to, saying that the things are not that different from each other, and different, followed by from, saying that the things are completely different, like and alike. First of all, both have the same meaning but different pattern. Per is to add er at the end of the adjective and make it into comparative. More is to add more before an adjective to make it an comparative. Less is to add less before an adjective to make it into a comparative. But it gives the idea that this is the opposite of that, and you can also add verb behind it. Okay, so that will be all of my explanation for today. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.